Hey everyone, this is Ivani from Hedgecraft Heirlooms, and today in my live stream, well, first of all, if you're watching, throw a hashtag replay into the comments, and if you're here watching live, hashtag live. But this is the very beginning, so if you're watching, you're probably here on the replay because the algorithm takes a little while to reach out and find folks. So today, my live stream is supposed to be about going for a little walk in the woods, which we kind of sort of are. And we're going to do a little ritual at the very end. Sorry, I have a bunch of things that I'm kind of trying to wiggle around here. Hey, Elle. I know I'm kind of a mess right now. There we go. Let me hold this up in a way more flattering angle. But today is all about blessing the fields, and we're going to go for a little walk so we can see what's going on, what's blooming, what's budding. At least that was the plan. But my day today has been absolutely bonkers. From the second that my kids got on the bus this morning until like an hour ago, tops, probably not even, we were out running errands and we are properly exhausted from it. Yeah, hey Al, that's alright if you're half here. I'm just glad you're listening. I know you're waiting for the fun stuff at the end. We'll get there, I promise. But I am so tired that I can't even wrap my head around the idea of going for a walk. So I figured we could look in my yard, especially because one of the first things that usually blossoms in the spring happens to grow here. But unfortunately, I don't really see much happening. So I'm just looking at my birch tree. Oh, actually, they are here. Cool. I'm going to turn this around, I guess, for a second here. Let me put my hand behind it. Woo! That's the level of organization maker today. I just realized, oh, it does let me turn around. Here we go. So I want it to focus on, here we go, put my hand in front of it. I don't know how the lighting is, but I don't know how, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this. Here we go. So you can see here, this is actually a little blossom. This is a birch twig. This is a birch tree that grows in my yard. So that's really exciting. So the birches are already starting to bud. They're actually one of the first things that do. Yeah, you just got a little peek at my neighborhood here. I'm just plugging, I have my phone plugged into one of those mobile charger things, and it just came unplugged when I dropped it a second ago because I'm just really coordinated like that. There we go, now it's charging. But I'll show you the tree real quick because it's pretty. So I love birch trees in general. They're one of my favorite kinds of tree. But I love that this one has three trunks to it, which is, the birch is actually already associated with the moon and the goddess because of its color resembling the moon. But the fact that I have one that has three trunks on it, like, the maiden, mother, and crone, just feels really, really special to me. So I love this tree. It's one of my favorite ones. So anyway, we'll do a little quick, and actually I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see. I regularly tend to show, you could hear the bells in the background, tend to show images of my ritual circle that's in my yard, but I don't tend to show a lot of it in different seasons because in the wintertime it's a little bit desolate looking, but it's pretty enough that I'll show it to you. Ooh. Just so clumsy. Okay. So this is the entrance. You can see this is our ridiculous wood pile that maybe will burn someday. You can see this is some signage that actually fell down that I need to pick up I keep telling myself I'll do it when the weather's warmer. And these over here used to be cairns, but they've since fallen over. We built them years and years ago before people kind of realized that they were such a bad thing. I know that's a big thing that people are talking about now. I love this piece here. We've got red for fire, green for earth, yellow for air, and blue for water. And then I have this gigantic crystal formation here that I basically bought myself from my own shop when I was closing. These rocks were painted in a ritual that we did at one time. Here's another sign that fell over. So this is one of the first, actually let me show you this really pretty stained glass piece that's back here. So all these pieces that you're seeing are things that live in my woods back here all the time, all year round. I did not double check on them before I came back here to see what shape they were in, so I can't make any guarantees. But this is our god and goddess / community altar. So you can kind of see that this side over is all goddess and moon stuff, and then this side over is all god and sun stuff, and then you have the community piece up top. So the idea of the union and the joining of both. So, and then this rock, painted rock here, I got at a festival I went to. So it represents community also. And these tikis I got at Ocean State Job Lot. So that's the mix of things we have happening here. We've got Ocean State Job Lot, we have thrift store, we have all kinds of things. This is another painted ritual rock. All right, so here we are. This is the east altar. So there's an altar for each quarter. You can see that there's a bunch of things here that have fallen over. So we have the birdies, the sun. I put the sun in the east, although some people might associate it with the south, but because the sun rises in the east, and the butterflies, and this rock here I painted myself, that little yellow birdie, and underneath here there's a fairy too. She's hiding a little bit because she's seen better days, but she's under there. And then this pretty thing is supposed to be standing up, but again, it's sort of taken a little bit of a, of course the ground is frozen, so I probably shouldn't have moved that at all. And, well, I'm going to have to deal with that when the weather gets warm. I'm trying to see if I can... Oh, well, temporarily that'll do. In fact, I might keep it there. So there's that. Alright, so we'll come around here to the north altar. So this was painted, but this over the course of the last year, it's faded quite a bit. Why one of them stayed perfect and the other one didn't, I don't know. You can see that there's a little gnome under here, this gargoyle that's fallen over, and then this rock here was painted. This is supposed to be up here. Nothing seems to like to stay upended. This big, beautiful amethyst, and the green thing, and this dream catcher is really awesome. It was gifted to me, and then that dream catcher I made. All right, and then going over here to the west. And again, you can see this rock didn't weather as well either. All the seashells, and then all the pine needles would bury them, but there's a couple. There's a mermaid here, some frogs over there. And this big frog, interestingly, actually came with the property. He was one of he was basically the first piece in here because he was already here when we bought the house. So he came with the house. Yes, I see you need to build this. You have plenty of land but no organization. You know what? It was just this outdoor shrine altar area was always a dream of mine. Like, I always wanted it. So when we bought this house, like, you know, I immediately looked back at the yard and was like, that's where I'm going to put it. Originally, there was a lot of debris back here. We actually had hired a neighbor who does tree work to come in and clear it out. So actually, this giant wood pile back here was where I'm standing now, effectively. But yeah, so this is a labor of love. I've been working on it for years now. All right, so here is the south. So these are Valentine's Day flowers, actually. I don't know why. It's just a personal thing. I tend to offer all of our flowers that are a little bit past date in the south. They always come back here, and this is where they go. You can see I kind of put these in that little bird bath base that's back here. This giant red goddess was a thrift store find. I think I spent a whole $20 on her. She's one of my favorite things. So she's cool. So those are the 4 elemental altars, and then there's a little path here. This is in the northeast of the circle. This leads over, and then there's all these things are for the ritual we're going to do later. Well, shortly. There's one more random painted rock down there that's kind of partially covered. There's a local artist that did that. She does henna normally, so I got that from her and put it back here. You can see there's all kinds of prayer flags, and then over here is my it's supposed to be the healing altar area. Oh man, some animal got to this, I think. But this was over here originally. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of fallen over. That was upright. Again, I usually come out here and maintain it a lot more, but because it's been winter time, I haven't been keeping up on it. Ugh. Alright. Just put this guy back up. Alright. Well, that's a little better anyway. And then this side over here, so this is this one that I'm kind of futzing with right now is the God altar, and this is the Goddess altar. I do tend to make it out here at least once a month. Kind of make offerings. Oh, this is one of my favorite pieces back here too. This big goddess. Again, all year round. She lives out here. And then on the other side, because I didn't show him off, is this Ganesh. So Ganesh on the right, and then the lava goddess Ganesh on the right, lava goddess over there on the left, right there. But yeah, so with that said, that was a really impromptu tour. I said that I was actually supposed to like see what's growing out here. There isn't much yet. It's really early in the season. But that said, let's get to the ritual part of this whole thing. So this whole, I have to give credit where credit is due. The entire concept, I should just take this whole bag with me. The entire concept of this ritual was conceived from a post in a group that I am in on Facebook called Tokes and Tarot of all things. Now, not that it matters, but to clarify, I actually don't smoke. I don't toke ever, or very, very infrequently. Not because I don't agree with it, but just I've never had any great desire to. It doesn't do a ton for me. I'm pretty chill normally anyway. But the woman that, I don't want to say runs it because that's not exactly accurate, but the woman who is I should say responsible for its inception, her name is Rogue. She mentioned something about a ritual like this. It was probably a few weeks ago now. Hey Sandra, we're going to be doing a ritual here in a second to bless the field, so to speak. I'm actually doing a little bit of setup while I talk here. There we go. I actually had some flowers in my house. I decided to bring them out here and kind of lay them out. But she was talking about the idea of using eggs as offerings, and I got it in my head that doing that would be an excellent way to kind of bless the fields, which is a really common thing that's done in a lot of pagan belief systems in this time of year in March. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to find some place around here where I can prop my phone. And I'm going to do this little ritual thing. So hang in there with me. Hopefully I don't make a big mess of things. Like I said, originally I was going to do this completely with my other cell phone stand that attaches to me instead of something else. But that was when I was supposed to be going on a much longer walk than this was. So, here we go. So currently I have it clipped onto the north altar, if you were watching earlier. There we go. Mount you guys here. There you go. Now, let me make sure you guys can see the center. Alright, so my bag is center. Alright, good. I think you can see. Ooh. Please don't do that. Please stay. Alright, that looks about right. So I'm going to go do this ritual. If you are on my VIP list, you can find the actual text version of this ritual in your email. There is a link to it, so you can download a copy for yourself if you like it. So go and check that out if you like what you see. And then after I do this quick ritual, I'm going to be using some eggs to, hey crafty pagan women, we're just about to do a live ritual to bless the field, so to speak. I am not actually growing here, just to be clear, everybody. I have like the world's blackest thumb. That's why I forage a lot, because I'm not really good at growing things myself. So this is more of a symbolic blessing of the field for a plentiful harvest, both symbolically and metaphorically in the year to come. But obviously if you do garden or have land that you grow on, you could use this for that too. So here we go. Now you'll see here where I talk often about the use of using pretty tools. I'm really not using any special tools today. The only things that I have for the ritual is I have cornmeal here and a dozen eggs, and that's it. Everything else I'm going to do with my hands. So, and just to be clear, this entire ritual I wrote myself, concept originally from Rogue Tradition. If you're not already following her on Instagram, you can go check it out. I'm going to start by casting a circle. Golden dust of harvest past, as you bring abundance, I offer you back. to the thawing, greening earth, within and without, a spring rebirth. Here marked and given a circle of art to set the magic and mundane apart. As it is below, shall it be above, created in perfect trust and love. Cast and sealed by the power of 3 times 3, as I will it, so mote it be. Now really quickly, I'm going to come over here and check in, and I'm going to ask you guys to tell me if you could hear that. So let me know. I'm going to wait here for just a second before I go any further. I was yelling pretty loud over there, but if I need to move you guys closer somehow, I will figure out a way to do that. So just let me know. I'm going to wait here for a sec. And actually, while I'm waiting for your reply, I think I'm going to go grab a chair from over that way in case you guys say that you need something else. I'll be right back. Oh, the wind really picked up again. Yes, it did really pick up. Can you hear me okay when I'm in the center? I will go grab something to bring you guys closer if need be. Yes, you heard all perfectly. Excellent. Wonderful. That makes this a lot easier because trying to figure something else out would be a pain in the butt. I'm going to do the elemental invocation and just kind of keep going now that I know you guys can hear me, all right? So I'll be back in a little while. To the elemental air we pray as its rituals begun. And to the south we pray for the warmth of the sun. In the west we pray where babbling brooks now stream, as the earth and forests with life now teem. We invite in the elements, building blocks of life. Protect us in this circle, keep out all strife. On this early spring day, merrily we meet. Hail and welcome, blessed be. To the earth mother and green man of old, of magic and myth and ancient stories retold, be with us on this land and inside this space. In the blossoming earth we envision your face. On this early spring day, merrily we meet. Hail and welcome, blessed be. All right, this is the part where I'm going to do the blessing. By the light of the March worm moon, creatures and insects stir, life returning to earth, a world in rebirth. We bless the land and the fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the April pink moon, the first flowers of spring burst into bloom. We bless the land and the fields and flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the Mayflower moon, brilliant blossoms exploding in splendor, spring at its height the earth in exquisite pleasure. We bless the land and the fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the June strawberry moon, first fruits of the harvest ripened and sweet, promises of summertime fun and heat. We bless shades of the dead wandering in the sun's waning light. We bless the lands and fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the November frost moon, the time to withdraw and introspect, hibernating and releasing the metaphorical death, we bless the lands and the fields of flowers and grains, bring abundance of harvest again. By the light of the December cold moon, the day surrenders to the longest night, mourning the loss of summer's warmth and light. We bless the lands and fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the January wolf moon, huddled in our homes by warm hearth fires, we plot and plan our heart's desires. We bless the lands and the fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. By the light of the February snow moon, buried under blankets of winter's creation, the snow falls and melts in divine inspiration. We bless the lands and fields of flowers and grains, bring an abundance of harvest again. To the Lorded Lady of the burgeoning earth, poised and ready for your brilliant rebirth, we give to you our thanks and praise, basking in the lengthening, warmer days. Stay if you will, and go if you must, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. In a constant circle, but always free. Hail and welcome. Blessed be. To the north, where the forest begins to bustle with life. To the west, where rushing rivers replace winter's ice. To the south, where the sun grows in warmth and pleases. To the east, where winter gales turn to springtime breezes. We thank you for your presence in our circle of light as we bless the earth for the gifts she provides. Stay if you will and go if you must, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. In a constant cycle but always free. Hail and farewell. Blessed be. The circle of art wants a space for magic, now unwoven like the fraying of fabric. Back to the earth I send this energy and power, from whence it came, returned this hour. Not created nor destroyed, only redirected. In divine love and trust, always protected. From my lips this truth is spoken, this circle is open but never broken. By the power of 3 times 3, as I will it, so mote it be.